today with a Tucson market report. This is going to be for March of 2024. This is to compare numbers between last month and this month. And this is for our greater Tucson area. So not just the city of Tucson, but all of our regions that are included in the MLS. So this data is very broad. I'm always happy to provide extra information or specific information on areas that you may be interested in. Rather than the whole MLS as a whole. But yeah, so we're going to dive into this. I'm going to go over the numbers. I'm going to explain as best as I can. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. You can always hit me up, but let's get into this market report. Okay, so here is some data that we're looking at for the last year. So March of 2023 versus March of 2024. In March of 2023, we had 1,800 listings on, whereas this year we had 2,100 listings on. So we are up 13% as far as how many listings were on the market in March last year versus this year. In March of last year, we had 1,580, just under 1,600 listings sold, and we have a little less this year at 1,475. Our median sales price last year was $337,990, and we are definitely up quite a bit. Now, this is our median home sale, not our average home sale, but we're still up to our median sales price being $360,000, so that would give us a 6% increase. Our average price per square foot has also gone up about 6% from 213 to 227. As of right now, we haven't changed much in what's happening with the asking price. Overall, we are seeing homes close for slightly less than what they're listed for, about 1%, 1.5%, whereas last year it was 1.7. And then our average days on market have not changed that much either. So 23 last year and 25 this year. All right, next we are talking about where home prices are now. So if you look on the side here, the majority of our home sales are happening in between the $300,000 to $400,000 price range. Second would be in the $200,000 to $300,000 price range, and then our third would be $400,000 to $500,000. So bulk of our inventory is being sold right here in this price range. Now we are going to talk about the price per square foot. So as you can see here, we have our little key, which 2022 is in red, 2023 is blue, 2024 is black, which is only here. But even in, let's say 2022, our highest price per square footage was coming in at this $224 mark. And then it kind of dropped down in 2023 a little bit to 222. But then it shot back up to 223. I say shot back up, but really a dollar. But so now we are at this $228 price per square foot. So you're just looking at a home online without any additional information. If it's above or below this price on average, like price per square foot, then that kind of gives you an indication if the home might be listed high or low. It's definitely good to talk to an agent to run comps so that you can make sure that the homes that you're looking at are priced well and you can get the best bang for your buck. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how competitive the market is. In this month, we have had 1,475 sales. 246 of those have been over asking price. 388 of those have been at asking price. And then 661 of those are a little bit under asking price. Our average days on market are about 22. That's just for the month of March. And so typically everything is selling for slightly less. You do have the chance of going over. It's all going to depend on the price point in the area. And so that's going to kind of determine your competition. Obviously, like this $300,000 to $400,000 price point is going to be a little more competitive because that's where a lot of people can afford to buy. And then the $200,000 to $300,000 is also going to be a very competitive market for buyers looking in that price range. But overall, we have a robust market and houses still aren't sitting for very long before they're going under contract. And it seems like it's a pretty fair playing ground for both buyer and seller. So in the month of March, there were 3,635 active listings. That's this number down here. 1,486 of those had some sort of price drop at any given time. And so the average amount of homes that had a price drop was about 5%. So here's a quick summary of all the data that we just went over. This is again for the month of March 2024. When it says last month, it's talking about February. So that would be the verbiage here. And then we obviously have this graph here to show the difference in prices per month. The number of sales is up from February by 15%. The median sales price was $360,000, which was the same in February, but that is slightly up from January. However, the average sales price is $439,000 for the month of March, which is quite a bit over February and obviously January. It's almost 5% above the original average price for February. The days on market are less than February, so they're down about 9%, or I'm sorry, they're down about 9 days. They were right about 30 or 31 for February, so now they're only sitting for about 22 days. And there are 2,100 listings, which is 7%, 7.5% up from February. So overall, it's definitely still a good time to buy or sell. So based on the data, it's still a good time to buy. There's still not as much buyer competition here as we're seeing in other markets. There is a little bit more buyer negotiations as far as price or, negotiations on the inspection and whatnot. But sellers are also getting great deals for their house, walking away with, top value and getting the equity out of their home that they put into it. So overall, it is a great time to buy. I know interest rates are a little high, but there's always ways that we can figure out on how to get you a lesser interest rate sometimes. But yeah, if you are able to buy in Tucson, now is a great time to do so. So that concludes my monthly market report. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. You can always reach out and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have or get you stats on more of a specific area or zip code. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to have a conversation to get you whatever information you may need. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you can follow me for more. I'm going to try to do these market reports once a month just so you can keep an eye on the market just like I do.